Welcome. Today is Monday, June 24th. You can't keep us chained down. We have a big announcement coming soon. But first, let's talk beer, wine, and drunk food. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
This is the Matt Muse Show with Matt Hensler and Adam Musinski.
The Eagle has landed.
It sounded like you said drug food.
For some people, I mean, alcohol is considered a drug. You
That's
should
true.
know this.
Drunk food. We're going to talk drunk with a K food.
I still haven't quite gotten my voice back yet, so it's a bit of a struggle.
Slacker. We're here live, Studio 220. We have repositioned the television to right in front of us.
College
You
World
cannot
Series,
see it,
baby.
though. World Series, Michigan's winning 4-2. Make that... Yep, still 4-2. So, we'll see what happens. By the time you listen to this, hey, you might already have a champion. We don't know.
We sure don't know.
So
So Michigan's, it's sad.
Why is it sad? Wait.
Because, no, the state.
Oh,
Not the
I
team.
thought you were talking to the team. I'm like, wow, they're doing good.
No, they're doing very well. I looked up dark days in Michigan on Google. I did not find what I wanted. So it's something like, it's like 70% of the days since the beginning of the year have been overcast or raining or just nasty and sad outside. And today was no exception to that.
No, it's been cloudy and raining.
It's been just so depressing. And I don't like it.
But this past weekend was absolutely gorgeous. It was 80 and sunny both days.
It was beautiful. And I spent this last weekend in what I found out a nickname for this city was the Cream City, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Why? Why is it called the Cream City?
I
don't
do-
know if I'd want to be known as the Cream
I
City.
did do some research on this, so I assumed it had something to do with milk because there's cheese everywhere. That is not the case. It has to do with the color of the bricks in a lot of the old buildings in Milwaukee. It's like a cream color. I know, weird, but they're the Cream City.
Interesting. Melanie says, "Are you kidding?" I'm assuming she's talking about the TV. I'm not kidding. Come look. The great thing about so we literally the TV is legitimately like say your camera view, like it's pushed back so it's not on the camera. But I was thinking, I'm like, man, I really want to watch the College World Series. Michigan's in it. This is probably the first College World Series game I've ever watched.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. So I'm going over there. I'm like, oh, I'll go see what it takes to unhook. So I unhooked. We don't have cable, so I unhooked the little antenna. And I'm like, oh, wait, it's a smart TV. I just need to plug it in the wall. It still has the Wi-Fi connection to my house.
Yep.
So it's awesome. It was an easy move. I'm glad we did it.
Smart TVs are the best.
But yeah, the weather finally is better. You spent the weekend at a bachelor party doing bachelor party things.
More or less. I mean,
Okay.
I think my favorite part of the entire weekend, I mean, it was cool to go to Brewers Miller Park, watch Brewers play.
Did you have a Budweiser?
I did not. I had a Miller High Life at Miller Park because I had to.
I think, do they even sell Bud there? Probably not.
No, I could not find a Budweiser product anywhere.
It's probably like, it's like going to St. Louis and asking for a Miller Lite.
Absolutely.
It's just not going to happen.
Absolutely. No, I walked around a decent chunk of the park, and there was no Budweiser product to be found. So I had myself a Miller High Life and then a Coors Light and another Coors Light. And
I cannot drink Coors Light.
I prefer Coors Light to Miller Lite. I think Miller Lite tastes like piss water.
I think they both do. I think I don't even remember the last time I had a Miller Lite. It's probably been like 7 years. Probably, I'd probably take Miller Lite over Coors Light. I'll take Busch Light over anything. Over like if you put Busch Light, Bud Light, Miller Lite, Coors Light, Keystone Light, and High Life all in the same category. Is pick one. I'm taking Busch Light.
All right.
What are you taking?
Coors Light.
Communist. Do you know who you worked for at one time?
Yeah, well,
Just saying. We got listeners.
whoops.
Matt. You're just so distracted by this TV right now.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
little
You're
bit.
not even paying attention. You don't even know what we're talking about right now. You're just shouting obscenities.
You just asked me what I drank at the game, right? Coors Light?
No, I asked you what you ate, and you said Coors Light. I did ask you what you drink.
So I think my favorite thing, if you ever get the opportunity to do this, I know there's a couple places in Michigan too, axe throwing.
Yeah, how was it?
It's
How's
a
axe
lot of
throwing?
fun. I
It
mean,
looks very dangerous. We had a woman in Michigan, I think it was in Michigan, actually throw an axe and have it ricochet and hit her in the head. She survived.
yeah, you have to be really stupid to do that. It's pretty foolproof.
Okay.
I mean, the tough part is like figuring out the right strength to make the axe go like one full rotation and stick into the wood, so you don't hit with like the handle or the top of the
Right.
axe. But once you get that figured out, I mean, if you throw it as hard as you can, it's not going to work. So you don't even have to be worried about doing that. And all you have
More
to do
of
is
a finesse.
yeah, all you have to do is hit the giant pine target that's in the back of this little lane, and you're surrounded by like fences and other boards, so the axe isn't going to come out and kill you.
So it's not like bowling where it's just wide open. You got like
No,
axes.
no,
flying
no, no.
everywhere.
There's not just axes flying all over the place. It's actually very safe. It's a riot. It's a lot of fun.
Money.
It's like more dangerous darts.
More dangerous darts. That's there. You go. We can get down on that.
Absolutely. It's if one ever makes it to the area, I will join a league.
Well, there we go.
Something to look forward to.
Coming soon. We don't know where though.
It could be your house.
Hey-o.
Go in your basement. You got enough space here.
No,
No, you don't.
No.
No, you don't. Maybe your garage.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into it. We love drinking beer, obviously, which is what we're known for, and always drinking a different beer. We're on episode 46, and we have had 46 different beers.
45.
Why does episode...
44. Because one time we
What?
didn't drink a beer.
Oh, I thought you said I had the episode number wrong.
No.
Oh.
And one time I drank water.
Oh, that's right. Okay. We can pretend. 44 different beers. But anyways, we kind of went into, I'll say a different direction, but a beer that is just now getting into distribution. It's been around for a few years now. Baffin's Mango Unchained. It's an American Pale Ale. It's a dry hopped IPA, basically. And it's made with real Mexican mangoes. So the cool thing about it is they legitimately, I can't remember the amount of mangoes, but it's a ton of mangoes. That basically they have to brew it in huge quantities or they can't make any money. So it's a mango IPA, Mango Unchained. It's a great beer. A little haze to it, nothing crazy though. More of like an actual juice haze and not the haze that's going to be all flowery in your mouth. So that's always a good thing. But Baffin's been around for a couple years now. They're out of St. Clair Shores. Mango Unchained is the only one out there in distribution. We're hoping to get some more possibly later in the year. But yeah, it's a great liquid. It's different. All their beer is brewed with fruit. That's what kind of sets them apart from everywhere else. And they got some money and they're doing it right over there. What are your thoughts?
So when I was just finishing up working with you is when Baffin came on board. And so I had a short opportunity to be able to sell the beer. And it was always a really easy sell. The liquid's really good. They're doing a very good job over there. I can't wait to see more of their beer out in the market because I like what they're doing. I was able to meet some of the people in charge, and they're cranking it, and I like it. So the liquid itself, like you said, I mean, it's very fruit forward. We do get some of the lingering hops in the background. It's not made intentionally hazy with all sorts of goofy adjuncts and stuff. It's the fruit. It's almost pulpy, in my opinion.
I get that. I can get that.
Which is fine. I mean, Mango, and I love the name, by the way, Mango Unchained. Little
Yeah.
play on Django Unchained. Chained.
The Django.
Changed.
The Django.
The Django.
The Django.
I mean, mango itself it is a very pulpy fruit, and they captured the essence of the fruit very well with this beer. If you see this on your local shelves, definitely worth picking a 6-pack up.
Oh, 100%.
Especially this time of year when it gets warm outside, this stuff is going to crush.
Yeah, it's a great change of pace, too. That's a nice thing. It's not overfilling or anything like that. It's a good change of pace, and it's another beer you crush. It's a little higher ABV, so I'm not going to call it crushable because I think it's 6.9, 6.8, something like that. But it's a good one to have out there. It's fruity. It's refreshing. Definitely give it a try. Baffin's Mango Unchained. We highly recommend them. Go out and grab yourself a sixer.
Cool artwork, too.
Mm-hmm. It's got a dog.
What kind of dog that is?
Oh, I can't remember. Do you know what kind of dog that is?
I think it's a Bernese, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's like one of the huge dogs.
Yep. Shayna loves Berneses. There used to be a vineyard up in Traverse City called... Shayna, if you're watching, let me know what it was.
I don't think she is.
Anyway, they had a couple of Bernese mountain dogs up there. And that's the only reason Shayna wanted to go up to it is because she got to go hang out with the dogs. Well, they were doing like samplings and stuff there, and I think the health department said, you can't technically have dogs around when you have like open vessels of people drinking alcohol. Like, yeah, it makes sense. So they had to move the dogs over to the farm area, and it was sad. So Shayna doesn't want to go there anymore. Can't think of what it's called though. Good wine. They also make cider too.
Traverse City makes
It's
wine and cider.
Yep.
That only narrows it down to about 75.
It's up on Old Mission Peninsula. I know that.
Okay. Now we're down to 25. Old Mission Peninsula wineries. There's Maury Vineyards, Black Star Farms, Hawthorne Vineyards.
No, keep going.
More places. This is great radio.
Absolutely.
Chateau Grand Traverse, Old Mission, Badaboo,
Nope.
Chateau, Bowers Harbor.
Bowers Harbor.
Bowers Harbor.
Dude.
They actually make some great liquids.
Yes. They do.
I really enjoy their wine and cider.
Yes, Bowers Harbor. Mel called it out. She knew already. Yeah, Bowers Harbor.
No, that's funny. She's so smart.
She's brilliant.
I don't know why she decided to marry me. No, they got really good stuff. I gotta refresh my memory now.
So yeah, their wine's really good. Their cider is, I think, called Spirit Cider. Is their cider line?
Yep.
They make like a regular apple, but they don't really push it. They push like their weird fruits, like apple, peach, and pear, cherry, or something like that. All delicious.
Yeah, Spirit Cider. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Cherry apple, blueberry apple, peach apple. That peach apple is good. We probably have a bottle of this somewhere in our house, actually.
Yeah, the stuff's good. And they got a little bonfire pit out there where you can
You
sort
can
of
get
sit
s'mores
around.
for $1.
Yep.
You get $1. They give you a little Ziploc bag with all your s'more stuff in
Yep,
it.
yep.
And
That's a
you go
neat
out there.
place, but they don't have the dogs anymore. It makes Sheena sad. So yeah, Baffin, they have dogs too.
That's how we got. I'm like, how did we get on this?
Free plug for Bowers Harbor.
Hey, they make good. I like their liquid.
I do
We'll
too.
plug them. We'll plug them. It's all right.
Sometime we'll have to have the ladies on and we'll drink wine instead of
We
beer.
should. I want to have them take over in an episode. We just got to convince them to, because they got to get back at us at about the top 6 things they buy we don't understand, the things they do that annoy us, and yeah, we could do a wine date. We have enough microphones. Just come on. It'll be fun.
It will be an hour of us cowering in the corner.
Oh yeah.
Can't
It-
wait.
We'd have to. Maybe we shouldn't be here when they do it. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So, a trend in beers that's been going on for, I don't know, a couple decades now is barrel aging. And for the longest time, that's always been in bourbon barrels or whiskey barrels. But everyone's looking for the next thing, so that is evolving now into wine barrels.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on wine? It's a totally, like, whiskey and beer go together, I feel like, in some sense. A lot of whiskey drinkers are beer drinkers. A lot of beer drinkers are whiskey drinkers. It works. A wine drinker and a beer drinker isn't necessarily the same person.
Not typically,
And-
no.
Why do you think that crossover is happening when they're saying, hey, let's go put our beer in wine barrels?
It's so with the beer industry, I mean, it's all about trends. And we see these trends coming down the line. I mean, a few years ago, somebody said, no, IPAs going to be really hot. And sure enough, IPAs are the hot style right now. They're starting to get into session sours. They're starting to be the more popular style. Well, those are the beers that the mainstream of people drink. And there's so many trends of beer that are sort of hidden that the general population doesn't really see. So there's the bourbon barrel aged trend. There's the how sour can I make this beer trend. I mean, it's the trend for the real beer nerds. And I think this is just one of the steps in the evolution of how different and how strange can we make our beer. So I've had a handful of beers that are aged in wine barrels, and they I haven't found one that's tasted like beer. It all just it's such a strong flavor from the wine. So it's got to be so tricky to try to do this, but at the same time, they're doing something nobody else is doing. And I don't know how I feel about it. I have yet to be a fan of this style.
Me too. It's something that's different. Again, I think it may eventually catch on, but I don't think anyone's perfected the flavor yet to the point that it does. There's a few out there. Fulton Barrel Aged Stout is aged in some. I know the Abyss technically touches some for a little bit, but not a long period of time. Lobos from Anchorage is aged in Pinot Noir barrels. The brewery has some. There's another one that came in.
Oddside's made a couple of them that have been aged in wine barrels. They're so funky, and I think that people are trying to do this with like stouts and porters, and that's not the right way. I mean, if you're going to age something in a wine barrel, which I've had a couple, make it a sour. I think a sour and wine barrel is the best way to go because it might balance out the tartness and the acidity of the beer with the acidity of the grapes.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, when you're with beer drinkers or wine drinkers and you're getting that crossover, a wine drinker is going to go more towards a cider or a sour rather than a stout.
Yep.
I like that idea. I think someone should do that because I love sours and I would definitely try. I think that would, like I said, the flavor profiles would fit well together sitting in a wine barrel. I could be wrong.
One thing you mentioned that wine drinkers tend to go towards ciders and sours, which I totally agree with. What I find really funny, and I learned this really when I started bartending, a lot of your domestic drinkers, when they jump ship to craft beer, they don't go light. They don't go like Founder Solid Gold or something like that. They go heavy, dark, boozy. So they'll go from like a 4.5% domestic beer to like a 10% stout. And I don't know why. I've never been able to figure that out. And 9 times out of 10, that's the trend I see is your domestic drinkers, and they want to go craft. They don't stick with a lawnmower beer. They go to heavy, and big, and dark, and rich. And I just don't understand it.
I might know why. Goose Lolita from Goose Island. That was the other one. It's aged in Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc or Cabernet Sauvignon barrel. I don't freaking know.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Whatever. Anyways, this is a freaky commercial, whatever it is. Annabelle comes home. Not going to watch that. Don't even want to see that commercial again. But I think a wine drinker always goes for flavor. And some of those wines can be very bitter. So that's what they get out of the bigger stouts is more flavor. And a lot of times the stout flavor, the coffee, the chocolate, if it's a barrel-aged stout, the booze can mask the flavor of a beer, per se, Bud Light, Budweiser, Corona. I think if people think, oh, I'm going to go drink a beer, I'm going to drink a couple beers with my buddies, you're going to drink something that you can see through. You're going to go have a beer at the bar with your friend or dinner or something, you're going to drink something a little darker. And I think that's what the wine drinker is more used to, is drinking something with more flavor rather than, hey, I'm going to drink piss water. Because at the end of the day, a lot of those light, easy drinking beers are just piss water.
That or they're overly hoppy or something like that.
Yeah.
Friend of the show here, Adam Avila, brought up sours and tequila barrels. I tell you what, Adam, I hate tequila, so I can't touch those. However, I know that's a trend that I have seen one beer in particular sort of take on, and I can't stomach it.
Okay,
I don't. It's my own thing though. I can't deal with agave.
that's me too though. Like I can see that taking off, but I'm like you. I'm not a tequila drinker. But I know there are people trying to go in that direction.
I had a rough night in my younger years with a bottle of Jose Cuervo and a few limes.
Fruit beers in wine barrels. That could be.
Yeah.
You know, you have all these wineries just making basic fruit wine and sugar. I mean, that's there's a place up north here in Michigan that does that. It's all fruit-based wine, and all it is loaded with sugar, and it does not feel good after you drink two.
Well, that's like where you were at, St. Julian. They make their ciders, and their ciders are truthfully made in a way I think that they know they're comfortable with. So their ciders really remind me of wine. Mm-hmm. You don't taste the apple so much; you taste all the other things in it, even though it's an apple-based cider. I mean, outside the original. I mean, with the cherry, you taste cherry. With the black and blueberry, you taste blackberry and blueberry, and it's very rich and it's very in your face. It's sweet, but it reminds me of wine. Where there's a lot of other ciders out there that they don't remind me of wine at all because they're so dry and crisp.
Mm-hmm. Well, that just goes to what St. Julian makes. They make a lot of sweeter wines,
and they do it
fruit
well.
Wines, they do it very well, and they're winemakers making the cider, so that's obviously going to be that crossover, which is fine.
Absolutely, I agree.
It's still good. I don't know.
I have no complaints whatsoever. You told me these new ones coming out are tasty too from them.
Yeah, I have actually in my fridge. We can try it after.
Dope.
It's some money.
Sugar. I'm starting my new diet tomorrow.
Well, let's get hammered tonight.
I'm still allowed to drink in my diet. Just I'm cutting back in like bagels and pizza and sandwiches. Unfortunately,
dude, that was all I ate today.
I had.
No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I ate tacos.
It's good.
We actually got this very nice little steamable bag from Aldi yesterday because we love going to Aldi. But it's you basically take this bag about the size of a football, throw it in the microwave
with a football in it.
No,
okay.
Throw it in the microwave for literally 8 minutes. Then you take it out. It's got rice, vegetables, lots of rice and vegetables. Basically, it's got like zucchini in there, carrots, corn, peas, anything you can think of. It's like all these rice bowls are huge now. That's basically what it is. And I made a beer can chicken yesterday, so I put some little beer can chicken in there, a little barbecue sauce. It was actually pretty good.
That sounds delicious.
It was actually probably one of the healthier things I've eaten in the last 31 years.
It'll last my entire life.
In the last forever.
Yeah, the last few weeks have been pretty rough on me, so.
That's the one thing about the beer industry. Everyone's like, oh, it's so much fun. Like, you really do have to pay attention to what you eat because for people that frequent bars, and that's what you do then during the days, you frequent a bar and you get lunch, and what are you going to eat? Well, for so long, you would go out and you get a burger, or you'd get something fatty, and now it's like, wait, I'm doing this twice a week. I can't do that anymore.
Yep.
Let's get a salad, a flatbread, salad.
Glass of water and a teaspoon of salt.
Some milk toast.
Never
well, you probably can't have bread.
Nope, no bread.
It's
just going to be changing some things, man.
It's all right. It'll be good for you.
Oh, yeah. I'm staying more active now, and I'm in the car a lot lately, and that's what gets to me. So I had to plan a time of the day where I go and get a little workout in and weighed myself tonight, and I was not happy with the results.
Yeah?
Yep.
That's not good.
I had 2 doubleheaders this week, though. It'll help get me back in shape.
Go. Sweat out. It's supposed to be warm.
Yep.
Weather in Michigan's finally turning. It is. It's finally going to get warmer out, and I am excited. This past weekend, we actually went up north for the first time all year to go boating, and it was fantastic. We went on basically like a big loop, and that was it. Kids were done. But Jameson was freaking out about this boat. Like, last year, loved it. Couldn't get him off it. This year, couldn't get him on it.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. And then Lucas was just crying and crying and crying and crying and crying. So I finally get on the boat, get Jameson called, but he basically helps me drive, which ended up being great because then he was happy. And then Lucas eventually just kind of fell asleep. So it was okay. But weather was finally good. Then Sunday, it was really nice. We had a nice, relaxing Sunday. We actually get up and we're like, oh, should we go to the zoo? Or, it's really nice. What should we do? I'm like, oh, just hang around the house. All right. Well, let's go get the grocery shopping done. So got up right away. Went and got all the grocery shopping done. We were leaving Aldi. We're going to go stop at Meijer real quick. They're like, oh, I should have bought a chicken. And I was like, why? I'm like, I'll be home all day. It'd be a perfect day to make a beer can chicken. I got no time frame or anything. I can just do it and be done. So stopped at Jack's instead and got a chicken to make a beer can chicken. It was fantastic. Still eating it. It's a lot of chicken comes off those things.
An entire chicken worth of chicken.
Yeah, those little chicken. I mean, you can get them for $5 as long as you got the time. Like I used to put them in my oilless deep fryer and do them too in the winter. But
you say your oilless deep fryer?
I have an oilless infrared. Yeah, and I have I honestly haven't used that thing in probably 3 years. Probably get rid of it. Don't tell Mel. But I'm always
right now.
I know she is. Oops.
Threw yourself under the bus.
She doesn't know where it is. No, I used to I would wake up and just put a chicken in there on a beer can, and then it'd be done. I stopped doing that. I don't know why. It was very convenient, and then you had a chicken.
This would be a great beer for beer can chicken.
What is the beer you cook with?
Oh man!
So I always cook with Budweiser. That's my go-to beer. It's always my cooking beer. Except this time, I didn't have any Budweiser in my fridge. So I changed it up. I actually cooked with All Day IPA. That turned out beautiful.
I cook with a lot of different beer, depending on what I'm trying to do. If I am sauteing like some peppers and onions a little bit, throw some Guinness in there.
Yep.
I've found that that's the best. But if it's stuff on the grill, I almost always use either an IPA or a heavy domestic, like a Budweiser or PBR or something. And like All Day, Two Hearted, both do awesome job. But it's I've used fruit beers a few times.
I've actually used a lemon shandy before on a chicken. It turned out real good.
Oh, that'd be really good. A little garlic pepper on the outside and a little bit of salt. Oh man.
I want to make another one now. They're just so easy. You literally I cook on charcoal, so the hardest thing is getting enough charcoal going. But you get that going, and you just put the chicken on a can, and an hour and a half later, you take it off.
If we didn't have real jobs, it would be so cool to cook like 6 different chickens at the same time with 6 different beers and seeing which one is best. But like this whole real job thing kind of hinders us.
I was just thinking we should do that for the second annual golf outing coming up here in September. However, we only got a little charcoal grill up there.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
Yeah. We'd have to get there like noon on Friday, 10 a.m.
What I've done before is you get like a 15-gallon trash can, metal trash can. You cook the chicken, put like a sheet of tinfoil down and charcoal all around it and on top and cook it that way.
So you put the chicken on the bottom?
Put the chicken inside of it, like still standing up on the stand and everything. And put charcoal around the bottom of the trash can and then charcoal on top of the trash can. And it's just like radiates heat inside of it. And leave it in there for like 3 hours or 2 hours, whatever it is. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Interesting. This sounds good. I want to make another beer can chicken.
The only thing that scares me, I don't know if galvanized steel is poisonous. So
no.
That turned out relatively okay, I think.
Right. No, the worst part about my beer can chicken is my grill. I actually have to take one of the levels of grates off to make my chicken fit. But I've done a couple of them now. I think my favorite one though is going to be the All Day IPA. Even though I'm a Budweiser through and through guy when I come to cook. I don't know. I'll have to make a Budweiser one next so I can remember.
You shove a whole 19.2 All Day up that chicken's ass?
Nope. 8 ounces, baby. That's all you need. Just enough to get the flavor going.
Take 4 off the top and put the other 8 in.
And then I drank the beer.
Ew.
No, I did not.
That'd be disgusting.
No. I did drink the 4 ounces out of it to get that low.
You should have started with a tall boy and you could have drank No. How many ounces did you use? 8?
Probably around 8. They
You
usually say
drank
like
11.2 ounces.
half to 2/3 full, somewhere in that general vicinity.
Vicinity.
Good
word.
Speaking of beer, because that's all we've talked about this entire episode.
That's okay.
It happens. It's okay. Top 6. One of our favorite segments. If not our favorite, besides the beer segment, I think. We decided to go with...
Top 6 drunk food.
Exactly. This was difficult. Okay. So...
The toughest part for me was trying to remember what I ate when I was drunk.
That, and the last time I was drunk and like craving food, I don't remember. Like, I don't know. Like some point you're just like, I just need food and eat whatever. So it was hard to like put myself in that mindset of, okay, I'm hammered. What do I want to eat? And I kept thinking of my college days of what I ate in college. Actually, crap. I'm going to change my list right now. I got to put this on the list. That is, oh my gosh. We're going to fly off the cuff here. I don't know what order I'm going to do these in, so we're going to see what happens, because I added another one, and now I got 7, and I don't know if I want to take 6 off yet.
Number 6.
My first?
I don't care. Who should go first?
Totino's Pizza Rolls.
My man.
It's my number 6.
My man. What kind of, what filling?
I am partial to, I should say I was partial to, because I'm not going to eat pizza rolls anymore because I'm a changed man.
I'll give you 3 days.
Let's stick to this, man. I developed this thing called stick-to-itiveness. It's not in the dictionary, but it should be. It might be now, actually. Anyways, I either like just the plain old pepperoni or the Supreme pizza rolls. Either one, perfect.
My number 6 is actually Totino's Pizza Rolls. The pepperoni.
Oh, man.
Yes. I'm
Seriously?
texting Melody right now. We're debating about what I should take off to put on this other thing. So, yeah. Number 6, Totino's Pizza Rolls for both
That's
of us.
weird.
It's something, dude. Have you ever deep fried a Totino's Pizza Roll?
No, they're unhealthy enough.
You must deep fry a Totino's Pizza Roll. You thought Totino's Pizza Rolls were good in the microwave? No, they're actually horrible in the microwave unless you're drunk and impatient. The oven,
Well, that's what this is.
oven's not bad. Deep frying is the way to go. Every Super Bowl, we have a deep fry party, and I always make pizza rolls.
All right.
Number 5.
Chips. Any kind of chip. Preferably potato. I'll even need a carrot chip. Just a chip. You need the saltiness and the crunchiness. Huge fan of salt and vinegar. Sour cream and onion.
This is getting boring. My number 5 is Cool Ranch Doritos.
Son of a gun. Eat this.
I love Cool Ranch Doritos. I literally ate a bag of them the other day. Well, I guess there was 3 of us that ate the bag.
You, Lucas, and Jameson?
Yes.
Lucas doesn't eat chips.
No, I love Cool Ranch Doritos. I used to be a big nacho cheese fan, but we've had this debate, and it's actually probably one of our most debated topics on the show. Cool Ranch Doritos, man, it's the go-to whenever you want to eat chips, chip.
So there was back in like 2007, 2008, somewhere in there. Doritos, back when Doritos was doing all these weird flavors, they had one that was called like White Ghost Dorito or something like that.
That's weird.
No idea what flavor that actually was, but
White Ghost pepper?
I don't think so because they weren't that spicy, but maybe it was. And I loved them, and then they stopped making them.
They made a lot of weird ones. They still, I mean, I think the weird chip of the day now, or of the time, is Lay's and their chicken and waffles, and I don't know. I feel like they have one just called like hamburger. Like, no one wants to eat a chip tasting like a hamburger.
Oh, and they made the sweet chili Doritos too.
Okay.
Those are
I like their taco Doritos.
Wild White Nacho.
Queso flavored.
Queso. What's next?
What do you mean? What's next? Number 4 is next.
Number 4.
Pizza. Different than pizza rolls. Pizza.
God damn it!
Yours too?
Pizza bagels.
We suck. We should look at the list beforehand, so...
This doesn't happen.
Yeah.
This has never happened. Like, every once in a while, we'll get, like, one the same or somewhere in the list. But no, yeah. Pizza bagels, number 4.
I can guarantee my number 1 is going to be very different from your number 1.
Oh, I guarantee it, too. I'm kind of shocked we're the same this far through. Pizza bagels, man.
My next one's very specific.
Number 3.
Leftover Thanksgiving food / leftover Christmas food. Because there's always leftovers.
What about leftover food from Tuesday?
I mean, yeah, leftovers in general, but
Okay.
like
Those two are the top.
yeah, because you got your stuffing, your potatoes, and some meats, and some gravies, and cranberries, and you got everything in there. And it's just so good because I always end up drinking around the holidays. I get leftover holiday food to eat while I'm drinking around the holidays. It's phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Okay, we're going to change here. This is the one I added. I totally forgot about it. I'm glad I remembered. The JJ BLT from Jimmy John's is the greatest, third greatest drunk food ever. I love Jimmy John's sober. You get drunk and you give me like 4 JJ BLTs, I will be one happy camper.
That's a lot of.
Yes, I said 4.
It's a lot of BLT.
I love their BLT. It is the best BLT from a sub shop. The best BLT overall is from Gabby's at Swan Creek and Graham Road here in good old Saginaw.
Free shout out day.
What's up, Todd? I see you.
Number 2.
Taco Bell.
Anything specific?
No.
Can you pick what's your go-to?
My go-to is always either a Crunchwrap Supreme with a chicken burrito, or 5-layer burrito and 2 chicken burritos, or 2 chalupas and a 5-layer burrito, or like 7 of the little like dollar burritos. And occasionally a spicy potato soft taco.
My number 2. A Taco Bell chalupa minus sour cream, add nacho cheese.
Seriously, your number 2 is Taco Bell?
Yes. Do you want to see my list? Like, seriously, T-Bell chalupas.
Stupid.
I love Taco Bell's chalupas. I like their cheesy gordita crunch too. Don't get me wrong. I
Shayna
really like
loves
that one.
herself a cheesy gordita
I
crunch.
love the nachos. Love the quesadillas. Love Crunchwrap Supreme minus sour cream. Love it. But if I'm drunk and I want Taco Bell, I'm getting chalupas and I'm paying for the upgrade. Take that sour cream off and put some nacho cheese on that bitch. That should be a soundbite. Put some nacho cheese on that bitch.
Wasn't there a song that said, "Put some cheese on that bitch"? I think it was a spoof song. Probably Weird Al.
Probably.
Number 1.
I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but my number 1 is, and I haven't made it in quite some time, but all throughout college, liver and onions.
Yes, we've talked about this, and I can't believe that's on your list.
It was my go-to drunk food.
Who eats liver and onions sober? I guess you'd have to be drunk to eat it.
I eat liver and onions sober.
How is this a craving?
So there is so many vitamins and minerals in the liver and onions. It helps with your hangover the next day. At least that's what I convinced myself. Liver and onions is great. It's all about you gotta pan fry it the correct way. You can't let it burn. You just gotta dip in a little bit of flour and a nice coating on it and fry it. But if you fry it too long, it's such a thin piece of meat that it will get tough really fast. You gotta fry it just right. And there's a little bit of pink in the inside. It's delicious. I also didn't quite make the list. It's called it's got a few other names, but I always call it tiger meat, which is raw hamburger, onions, and spices. And you put it on either crackers or that little tiny piece of rye bread.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. the most delicious things ever. So every time I would go to Bavarian Fest out in Frankenmuth, go to the parade and eat a pound of tiger meat. Like a freaking caveman. Didn't make the list though. That was a close 7 or 8.
2 little people chiming in here, or 3. Lauren says she loves the entire Taco Bell menu. Melanie's list would consist of 6 Taco Bell items. And Adam Avila says mini tacos. Mini tacos are good. You deep fry those bitches. Whew!
I haven't had a mini taco in quite
I
a while.
want a mini taco now.
I haven't had a mini taco since Stardust took them off their menu, which was 6 years ago, 7
That
years
was a
ago.
long time
Yep.
ago. All right, my number 1. I'm going to get specific. I begin specific. I'm going to continue getting specific.
Specificity.
Specific. Melly's throwing up at your onions and liver. Cold pizza and breadsticks. Okay.
From, yes.
From either Jets, Little Caesars, or Pizza Hut.
Not Udici's?
No.
I love cold Udici's.
Nope. Because they don't do the deep dish. It's got to be deep dish.
But it's such a bready...
I like
Pizza.
their. I'll do their breadsticks, but no, the deep dish pizza is the way to go. Cold, I love it. Like I can legitimately I'll get Pizza Hut and I'll just put it in the fridge and eat in an hour. No, that's a lie. It won't last that long. I'll eat it before then. But yeah, cold. Got to be cold. Something about I remember in college sitting with my buddies and we were playing NHL or something on Xbox and just mowing down on Jets bread and pizza. Cold. We had it earlier in the day. And we bought a lot because we knew we were going to be drinking and we knew we were going to want it. And it literally sat there and we just mowed it down.
That sounds like the scene from Big Daddy where Adam Sandler and his...
the one scene in that movie? Huh? The one scene in
I
that
was saying
movie?
it. I was letting you know. Where Adam Sandler and his buddies are playing hockey on NES or something.
Probably.
And anyway, yeah. Never mind. You're picking at me.
Is that it? You're done?
Yeah, I'm done now.
That was a fantastic story, my good friend. Fantabulous. Question of the podcast. We asked you, and I don't think either of us looked up the answer.
Nope. We're too busy with everything else.
Well, I will sit here and talk about chatter and nonsense while we both kind of frantically look it up. I think I know the winner. I'm just going to look up the Facebook poll. If you want to find what that number is, just the percentage. I'm assuming it's going to be somewhat of the same across all platforms. But yeah.
So our question of the podcast was beer or wine?
Beer or wine. And I kind of knew putting this question out there what the results would be, but one of our last questions, I was thinking there's a possibility it could have been a little different. I have it. You good?
Yeah. If you got it, go nuts, man.
Beer won 76% compared to wine, which is kind of what I expected, but I thought wine might have a little more uptick. One question answer I was shocked from was my wife, who actually said, I used to love wine. I still love wine. But Adam kind of turned me into a beer drinker.
Good job. Way to change the person you decided to spend your entire life with.
I'm trying. One beer at a time, my friend.
We did get, mainly my family likes wine. Got a few wines.
It's a respectable amount. It's kind of our followers. Do they just go yard? Oh, Andy did. Our followers we know are beer drinkers. That's what we talk about. That's who we kind of market ourselves to. That's who we want to listen to this. We don't want wine. I mean, we'll take a wine drinker to listen to it. Don't get me wrong.
Shut up. We'll take everybody.
Yeah, but odds are if you find us and you like us, it's because you like beer.
Or maybe they just like us.
Yeah. No,
That's not true.
No. So yeah, kind of shocked by it, but I'll take it. Take it and run.
You're not running anywhere.
Neither are you.
I'm going to try.
Tomorrow, you're going to try. Jameson can run faster than you.
He crushed that ball. That's such a good feeling.
Crushed it. Crushing it. We teased changes. So, the end of next episode, we're going to...
Big announcement. Huge announcement.
Huge. There's been a few teases out there on Instagram about what's going on, but it's going to be a change for the better.
So we apologize for the lack of social media posts lately, but we've been working on some things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
and
It's getting
gonna
better.
It's going to be cool.
It's going to be really
Excited.
cool. Really excited for it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's about all I'm going to say to that. Do you have anything to add?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to get too giddy and spoil it.
I'm already giddy. I just want to tell everyone what it is, but I'm not going to. Because I can't. So in the meantime, subscribe, rate, and listen everywhere you listen to podcasts. Give us a review, and we'll read it on air. Reach us by email, mattmuse@gmail.com, Facebook or Instagram, @mattmuse. And we will be back next week.
Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame. See you.